Hey everyone. So in this video we are going to talk about scalar matrix multiplication. Now if you're not familiar with what a matrix is or matrix terminology, what an element of a matrix is and so on, please go check out some of our other videos. Alright, so now let's dive straight into the concept. So as the name suggests, what I mean by scalar matrix multiplication is you have this matrix here A. It's got 2 rows and 3 columns, so it's an order 2 by 3 matrix, and we are multiplying it by a number 2, right, which is a scalar k. So in general, think of it as multiplying a matrix, and it can be any matrix of any shape or any order, and you're multiplying that with a scalar k, right, which is just a number. Now it doesn't have to be 2, it can be 3, 4, it can be 1.5, it can be -1, it can be anything, right, but it's basically a number. Or a symbol for that matter. It could just be k and a symbol, but basically multiplying by a single number. So we assume that what you get by multiplying this matrix with the scalar, in this case 2, is a matrix C. Okay, so this is the notation I'll be using. So let's start. So we start with the first element. So how this works is you multiply each element of the matrix with the scalar, and what you get is C. So we start with the first element, right, and in this case I'm going to go row wise, so I'm going to go with elements of the first row and then go into the second row. So you take the first element, it's A11 is 2, so to get the corresponding element of C, or C11, 2 multiplied by the scalar 2 here, so C11 is 2 into 2, which is 4, right? Okay. So now we're going to look at the second element. So what you want is C12. So what do? Well, you take A12, which is 3 in this case, multiply it by the scalar 2, and what you get is C12. So 3 into 2, 6. Okay. Okay. The third element. So C13, take A13, which is 8, multiplied by the scalar 2. So 2 into 8 is C13, which in this case is 16. So that completes the first row, right? Very simple. Now let's look at the second row, and again you should be able to guess this by now. So now what you want is C21, second row, first column, A21 is 7, scalar is 2, so 2 into 7, which is 14. A22, so to get C22, A22 is 1, multiply that by the scalar 2, so 2 into 1, and so C22 is 2. And you have the third term, C23, so you take A23, which is 7, you multiply that by the scalar 2, 2 into 7 is C23, which is 14. So we've started with this matrix A, we multiplied it with the scalar 2, and we've got the matrix C. 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into 3 is 6, 2 into 7 is 14, and so on, right? Hopefully that's very, very clear now. And you should be able to do this for any matrix, because this is the same no matter what the matrix is. It could be a square matrix, it could be a rectangular matrix like this, it could be a column or a row matrix, it could be a diagonal matrix, and so on. Just multiply each element of the matrix with the scalar. Good? So in general notation, if you take a matrix A given by Aij, the elements Aij, order m cross n, which means it's got m rows and n columns, multiplying that matrix with a scalar k means that you're multiplying k with, the matrix here, m by n, which implies, and that's what I'm trying to show here with this notation, is equal to the matrix where each element Aij is multiplied by the scalar k, and it's of the same order m by n. So you start with an m by n matrix, you end up with an n by n matrix. Right, so basically each element of the matrix is multiplied by the scalar. Good, so let's try an example. Right, so you've got this matrix here, A, 2, 3, -1, -1, 1, 7, right? What's the order of the matrix? It's got 2 rows and 3 columns, so it's a 2 by 3 matrix. And we are multiplying that by the scalar 3. And what we're getting is C. So we want 2 elements, we want C12, so first row, second column, and C21, second row, first column. So let's start with C12. this, right? So what are we doing? What are we getting? How do we get it? Well, to get this, you multiply a12, which is 3, with the scalar 3, right? And so what you get is 9. Simple. Okay. Now the second number you need is this one. C21. Second row, first column. Yeah. So what do? You take a21 and you multiply that with the scalar. And what you get is C21, right? So 3 into minus 1 minus 3. That's very simple, right? Okay. So I've shown you two numbers. Why don't you pause this video and try this for all the other numbers. So try and find out C11, C13, C22 and C23, right? Okay, hopefully you've done that. So that's the answer. 3 into 2 6, 3 into 3 9, 3 into minus 1 minus 3, and then you have here 3 into minus 1 minus 3, 3 into 1 3, and 3 into 7 21, right? So that covers or gives you an introduction into multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. Now there are properties associated with this, and we'll cover that, or we have that in a different video. But to make sure you have understood this concept, you can go take a quick test on TeachYaar.com. That will help you revise this concept, and I've posted a screenshot of that test here. So to take the test, you can scan the QR code on your mobile device, or you can click this link which we've dropped in the comment section and also in the description section. And please take the test. It's free and it will give you some insight and a little more practice into this topic. And please subscribe to the TeachYaar YouTube channel.